Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my developer vlog series, where today we're going to be having a look at all the progress I've made the past 2 weeks on our project, StrateZ. And I am pretty happy with how things have gone. Now, of course, the main thing I've been working on in the last 2 weeks is going over all of the wonderful comments, suggestions, and most importantly, bug reports that you guys have been giving me since being able to download the version of the game in the previous episode. And I'd love to thank you guys so much for that. I really do appreciate it. And of course, today's video comes with a new download of the game for you guys to check out, link in the description. And since the last video, I have actually created in the channel's Discord a new section on there for StrateZ development. So you still put comments here on this video if you don't use Discord, but if you do, please go onto there because I look at that more often, basically. And so there is a more convenient place for you guys to post your different comments about the game. And again, I really appreciate everything. Now, some of the stuff I have been able to fix. For instance, one of you guys pointed out that with the camera rotation, it was A, finicky, and B, when you started moving using the keyboard commands to move around, it would snap the camera back into its original position. And, yeah, gonna be honest with you guys here, I forgot that there was camera rotation in the RTS engine. Genuinely forgot about it. So I'd been designing all of my maps assuming you were always looking at the world from roughly that 45-degree angle. Yeah, that caused me to make some map redesigns these past 2 weeks because some of the buildings I had turned into apocalyptic structures from clean ones only were apocalyptic-y on 2 sides. So I had to go back and update those, but also I went in with the rotation stuff and turned off the fixed pan rotation so that when you do move, you maintain your current rotation. And I also added, because the rotation was just using clicking down the mouse wheel to do it, I added in keyboard commands as well, so Q and E will move around the camera too, which I find personally a lot easier than mouse wheel clicking, mainly because I really need to buy a new mouse. But yeah, so I added that in to be a bit easier. And for all of you who didn't also realize, like me, that there was rotation, hey, it's there now. And I also did change the controls UI element so that that is reflected in there. Also cleaned that controls bit up a bit. It was a bit wonky. So yeah, all the controls should be easier to read in there, and the rotation should be working much more smoothly. And thank you again for reminding me about rotation so I could adjust my maps. Yeah, that was fun. Now, some bugs or some things I wasn't able to get to, for instance, the big bug, the biggest of the bugs you guys, multiples of you did report, is when units were updating, or upgrading rather, they spawned zombies as if they died. Yeah, that was fun. I didn't know that one, because I had personally not tested that, as I sorted out the upgrade system weeks ago, and so I never thought to try testing that. So thank you guys for catching it. Unfortunately, that is still not fixed, as I'm waiting for another update to the RTS engine, as I've talked to the maker of the kit, and they have said that thanks to me and also your guys' suggestions, they've caught a few other places where the undead command was triggering, and so hopefully those will be fixed in the next version of the RTS engine. For now though, in this version for download today, it's still going to be the case, so watch that. There were some other things that I haven't been able to get to yet, because mainly either it's a little bit harder for me to fix than I anticipated, or fixing them may change some other things down the road, and there's some new things I plan on implementing in the next couple of weeks that may affect those bugs/suggestions, so I'm kind of holding off on those until I sort those other things out first. But, yes, that's where all the suggestions and comments do stand. One big thing was a few of you guys had suggested for, my issue with the zombie faction AI sending its resource collectors was to go back to my original plan of not having a resource collector, that just the normal Shambler zombie handled it, which I did test doing this week, and that took up a couple of days. Problem was, and a big reason why I added the resource collector in the first place, was the AI really doesn't like it when you take a resource collector and upgrade it to a non-resource collector. So taking the Shambler and then upgrading him to, say, a Hulker, yeah, it breaks the whole AI. That's why I changed it originally, but I was hoping maybe some things had changed in some of the recent updates to the engine, and perhaps I could get away with it, or maybe find some way around it. I could not, so the AI for the zombies are still more or less how it was. I've adjusted it slightly, but things are still wonky there. But yeah, so hopefully I can get some of that sorted out soon. So not as much did get fixed as I was hoping, because of between the issues of me not being able to fix it yet, or it affecting some future plans, but some of the minor ones have been changed, and those other fixes are going to be coming down the pipeline just when I'm able to. But thank you again, guys, and with the new version available for download today, hopefully you'll tell me more things. Now, what I'm hoping for a lot of comments and suggestions on is, of course, the next big thing I was working on these last 2 weeks, and that is our new map, the Harbor Master map, where we have, well, a harbor with docks and shipping containers and all that sort of stuff. And my personal favorite part about it, one of the factions being on a boat. I had a lot of fun building this part. We have a large cargo ship here with a survivor command post and enough room for maybe a bunks here, but you really have to be forced to sort of build off of the boat and onto the docks, which I'm torn on. I kind of like, because it actually makes you, or at least it's made me have to rethink about some of the early base structures to build, and also forced me to expand my base quicker, because you do have less room to build, and I like that as a balancing mechanism, because only having one way on and off the ship is also a really good defense mechanism against a zombie invasion. So, kind of a trade-off there. Highly defensible, but a lot less room to build, so you have to expand off of the boat more quickly. So hopefully that is as balanced as I think it is in my head. So I'm really hoping you guys can play around with that, give me some suggestions, comments, and whatnot in that regard. But personally, I had a lot of fun building this map, as not only did I make fun things like this, but we also have bits like these barges over here, which you can go walk between. And I plan on adding more, but my sort of idea with the barges is to have these treasure objects on them for you to go and collect to get various additional resources. As I haven't really done much with it yet, but one of my plans for this map in the future is to limit the amount of survivor resources, sort of forcing them off the boat to grab these sorts of treasure objects to get more things. Now, of course, we do have different resources here, like scrap, ammo, etc. And I do have other places on the map where they do exist as well. And right now, they're the same default numbers I've used on the other maps, but my plan is to lower the amount of resources on these, because I like the idea of the scavenger, or survivors rather, having to go off the boat to scavenge. But yeah, test out how it exists right now and give me your feedback and your ideas of what you guys think would work out well in that regard. But that's sort of my plan for this map. Right now it's in a working state, so hopefully in the future it'll be a bit, I think, tougher for the survivors. We'll see. Now, currently the zombie body pile is over here. I'm still not done designing this area. It's kind of boring right now. I have like a little camp and ruined building, But I don't know, I for the life of me can't think of what else to add here to make it look a bit more intriguing. But overall, you know, it's just kind of an open field with a broken wall giving you access into the harbor. We have a small train yard over here where things, of course, are being delivered to the harbor, and a load of stuff over this way. More train yard, more mindless shamblers, and sort of what I'm thinking to be and hoping to be the key area in the map to fight over is this center area, where as you can see, we've got a lot more resource piles of things, and I will eventually add more treasure objects in here too, and my kind of thinking is that both teams will have more limited resources eventually at their starting locations, and that the bulk of the resources are going to be in like this area of the harbor. Again, for right now, I haven't done that because I want to hear your guys' opinions on just general balance of the map, and then we'll sort of change it from there. But yeah, that's my thinking, is to fight over the center of the map. Now, it is a small map. It's about the same size as Country Road. I think it might be a tiny bit larger than Country Road, but not by much. So another shorter length of playtime, in my opinion, on a map this size. But all in all, I like how it is. Now, the next map I build, I'm going to go to another larger map-ish. I think it's probably going to be in between like this size and the alpha map size, but hopefully that works out well. Still trying to plan that one out, but hopefully that'll be for the next 2 weeks. But yeah, I really like how the Harbor Master one came out. A few more things I do need to change on it, but all in all, I like where it is. Now on to the final bit that I've been working on. If we click play here, we of course do have now Fog of War. And I love it. Now, again, this is another thing I'm going to need a lot of input on what you guys think. As for the strength of the fog, I kind of like where it is right now, but if you guys think it's a little bit awkward or too much or too little, please do tell me. Now, all the buildings have a roughly the same size of I don't know what to call it, the hole in the Fog of War vision. That's a better word. They have a better sort of vision circle than, say, of course, units do. Now, the command post and the body piles, they have the largest visible area. The buildings are slightly smaller, units even smaller than that. But between the units, the Hunter has a larger vision area than, say, the Militiaman. So they are different sizes. They are definitely going to be adjusted because the militia, I think I need to make it a little bit bigger because they are shooting at things outside of visual range right now. So I want to try and adjust that. I actually may adjust the militiaman because I want it to be where they are shooting at stuff only that they can roughly see. Same deal with the Hunter, of course. But yeah, I like where it is now, but there's definitely some more tweaking. I would love to hear your guys' opinions on what you think the circles should be, and all in all, how you think it goes. And I really like having the Fog of War because it's hiding my hideous map edges now, where I don't have to make as much fake crap out here to just make things look okay. It's all hidden by the fog. Wonderful. Now, there are a few things I do still need to fix, like you'll notice here, there on the mini-map. That is weird. My circle for my area of building, or area of influence, I guess is a better way to put it, is coming outside of the mini-map. And also over here, if you pay attention, every now and then, the zombie body pile flashes into existence on the mini-map. I need to figure out why that's occurring. But yeah, on occasion, enemies pop up on the minimap that should not. So those are things I do need to fix and figure out what's going on. But overall, I'm really happy with how the Fog of War has turned out. It makes it look a bit more, well, apocalyptic-y. And I like that. One thing I'm thinking about doing, and tell me what you guys think on it, is right now it is just pure black. I'm thinking of maybe making it ever so slightly see-through. Right now, I like the pure black, but that could change. That could change. I will definitely love to see your guys' opinions on it, and they are already attacking me. Oh boy, look at that. Ahead. All right, well, one thing I've had fun with building on over here is making turrets on the area where they walk up. you know, makes it easier to guard, which is fun. But yes, let's just stop that now. I really like how the map has gone. I'm really loving the Fog of War, but there are still a lot of tweaks I do need to do with both of those, and I really can't wait to see what you guys think about everything and how you think I should adjust. Again, link in the description for the new download, and leave your comments both here and in the Discord channel. And that's really all I've got for today. I'm pretty pleased with how stuff is going. Now, as for the next 2 weeks here, I am still going to be working on, you know, bugs and stuff from your guys' suggestions. I'm hoping to get that spawn on upgrade thing all fixed. We'll see. And I have plans on working on another map. This one is going to be the big city. It's going to be a heavily urbanized map, so rotation is going to be real important. So I'm very thankful to that commenter who reminded me that rotation's a thing. Actually, I probably should have showed that off a bit in here. Let's go back into the game. Because, yeah, in a city, being able to look around buildings is important, because some of the buildings, of course, are taller than you'd like. Now, at the moment, I've actually limited the rotation to just this 90 degrees. What do you guys think on that? Play around with it, tell me what you think, and if you think I should just make it full 360, just let me know. And yeah, with that then, that's it. So yeah, next 2 weeks gonna be working on another new map, cleaning up some other features, and working with the Fog of War more to really try and get that to a better state. I've actually got a fun thing I'm wanting to do with the Fog of War that I'll show off next time, hopefully, assuming I don't break everything. We'll see. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one, folks. Hopefully y'all have enjoyed, and you do enjoy the new version of the game. But that's gonna be it for today. Until next time, folks, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.